Hello everyone, welcome back to Corporate Citadel. In this video, we will see how to create drop-down list in Excel by using data validation option, and we will also see some of the other features of data validation. So let's just dive right into it. Here in this table, I have customer ID. I want to enter region and product supplied. Now the name of region is given here in a list. I have 4 region names, and for product supplied, I also have a separate list. So instead of typing region and product supplied one by one, what I will do is I will create a drop down list here. So in region, I will create a drop down list which will have these 4 names of region, and here in product supplied, I will create a drop down list which will have these names in the list. For that, I'll keep my cursor here in the region, then I'll go to data tab. Here in data tab, in data tools group, there is option of data validation. I'll click on data validation and again data validation. Here there is a first tab of setting. In setting, the first thing you have to select is allow. Currently it is selected as any value, so you can enter any value in that list, but I want to create a drop down list, so that's why I'll select list instead of any value. Now then you have to select source. In source, you have to select the names that will appear in your list. So here in the region, I want these 4 names. I'll select these 4 names, click here and do OK. If you see, I have got a small drop down button in this cell. So when I click on this drop down button now, I get these 4 names which I have selected. So I can directly select any of the name here instead of typing, and I will get that value. Now similarly for product supplied, I will create list. Here I'll go to data tab, then again data validation. In allow, I'll select list, then in source I will select this product supplied list, click here and do OK. I got a drop down list here also, and these are the lists that I'm getting. I can select any option from here like headphones, and I don't have to type it. Now here, while creating a drop down list, we can also enter an input message. Input message would be a kind of instruction that will tell the user how to use these cells or how to enter data in this cell. So for that, again you have to go to data tab, then select data validation. Here the second tab after setting is input message. Open that input message. You can give a title as instruction. Then here input message, I'll write select value from list and do OK. Whenever anyone puts cursor here, let's say I delete this. So whenever anyone puts cursor here, they will get this input message, which the heading is instruction, which we have entered, and they're getting a message as select value from the list, so that they know what they have to do here. Then again, you can also enter an error message. For example, go to data validation again. The third tab is of error alert. You can select the style of error you want. You can select warning, or you can select information, or I'm selecting stop here. Title, I'll give error, and in error message I will select please select the value from list. Okay, so now when anybody types something which is not in this list, like for example, let's say someone types South America, they will get this error message which we have entered. The heading is error, and they are getting the messages please select the value from the list. They can retry, and then they can again select something from the list. So this way you can create drop down list in Excel. Now I want to copy these drop downs here in below cells also. For that, just select these 2 cells, copy. Now select all the cells below them, right click, go to paste special. Here in paste, select validation and do OK. All your validation will get copied in below cell. So now every cell will have a drop down list like this. So I can select USB drives here. In every cell there is a validation. So this is how you create drop-down list in Excel, and also you can enter input message and error alert in that drop-down list. Here in this table, I have customer ID, customer code and closure date. Now for all these customer IDs, I want to enter customer code. Every customer code should be a 4-digit code. So for that, I'll be using data validation so that any code which is entered here is only a 4-digit code. So I'll keep my cursor here in this cell. I'll go to data tab, then select data validation, again data validation. In settings, in allow, currently it is selected any value. I'll select text length because I want to restrict the number of characters that is being entered into that cell. So I'll select text length in allow, then in data I'll select equal to. You can select anything else also, less than, greater than, not equal to, etc. I'll stick to equal to. In length I'll enter 4 because I need a 4-digit code. I'll do OK. Now whenever I enter any code here, let's say I am entering 7483, it is accepting it. But when I type anything which has more than or less than 4 characters in it, like 89012, it will give me this error message because I have restricted or validated the data that is being entered here. So I'll retry. Again, if I type something which has less than 4 characters, it will again give me the same message. So I have to enter something which have only 4 characters here. So this is how you can restrict the number of characters into any cell. Similarly, here I want to enter a closure date. Now the rule for closure date is that it should be before 31st December 2022. For that, I'll use again data validation. I'll keep my cursor here. I'll go to data tab, then go to data validation again. In allow here, I'll select date. Now I want date which is before 31st December 2022. So here I'll select less than. End date I'll enter 31st 12 2022 and I'll do OK. Now whenever I enter any date which is before 31st December, it will accept it. But if I enter something after 31st December 2022, let's say I'll do 23 here, it will give me error message again. So it will only accept a date which is before 31st December 2022. So I can copy this data validation in below cells as well, like we did before. I'll select all the cell, then right click, paste special. In paste, select validation and do OK. Or your data validation will get copied down here. So if I type something less than 4 digits here, it will give me an error message. That means the data validation has been copied here in these cells. Here also if I type something which is after 31st September, it will give me this error message. That means data validation has been copied down here as well. So in this way you can validate the number of characters and the dates that have to be entered in your sheet. I hope this video was helpful to you in understanding how to create drop-down list in Excel. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're interested in such type of content, then do subscribe to Corporate Citadel on YouTube, and thank you so much for watching this video.